Vision for our school leads to clarity.
Vision leads to access. Vision leads to innovation.
Vision leads to action.
Vision leads to community.
So back in May, we had a leadership vision workshop in which we brought the principals together to imagine what a day in the life of a student could be in this NYC 21C model school. And we need to translate that vision that was in the principal's head into the head of the teachers. So the purpose of bringing teachers together for 4 days this summer is to help teachers build a vision for a day in the life of a student in their classroom.
The challenge in this job is communicating that vision that we hold very near and dear to ourselves to the staff, and having them get together and spend time really thinking about how does the vision of the school tie into my practice as a classroom teacher is invaluable.
Your vision needs to have components to it, and it needs to be broken up into steps, and you need to really have a plan. And that plan cannot stay with the leadership group. It needs to be a part of the entire community.
The workshops are structured to enable the principals to define the issues that they want to work on and then motivate their group. Each person has a problem to solve. Each person has to build something and then present at the end. So they did their presentations with video cameras and images and sound and music because that's the best way to communicate these ideas.
I had this opportunity to sit with some of my team members and actually try to create a product that told the story of what the school might look like. So for me, it was an actualization, I guess, of what I had been dreaming or thinking about.
We say things like all students should learn at high levels, or we should prepare every student for the 21st century, but what does that really mean and how does that really look? So that's what I was thinking about when we were creating these videos.
We've had such nice blocks of time to sit with a partner and actually put technological skills right into action. I had never seen a flip camera. We're going out and using it and then downloading the footage and applying it right away.
We had our teachers each create a podcast about how our vision played out in their classroom. And it was really powerful, I think, for the teachers. It was powerful for me to have conversations with the teachers about that.
So we've elected to develop our podcast around the day in the life of a 21st century teacher. We want our students to experience that type of 21st century day. It's important that our faculty members can guide them into that type of area.
School's about having students learn in really authentic ways, learn in the ways that they have to learn when they're on the job or when they're in college. The framing kind of piece for this week for us has been around, okay, let's figure out how we can use these tools and these resources and the ideas that we get from this conference to create something that is very concretely tied to our classroom.
This week has given us the opportunity to build a community across these model schools, to build a community inside the schools, and to share their practices. And that really starts to move the needle in transformation when you start to look at now a group all working towards a common goal.
The goal is transformation. It's also getting them to embrace the technology that can accelerate their vision.
Kids are using technology in ways that are very different than what any of us did growing up. It's not just to perform some task. It's part of the fabric of how they weave together their social networks, literally. And too often we've left those social networks outside of school.
We need to make sure that when the student enters the school, he has more information capability than he does outside the school.
This isn't just about doing what we've always done a little bit differently, but just rethinking everything about how we've done it in the past. And I think that forces you to really clearly articulate your vision.
The end goal is the students being successful, being engaged in their learning. So helping them think about where they want to go, helping them assess where they are, and helping them get to where they want to go. That really is the opportunity across Cisco to make a difference in these schools and be a trusted advisor and a partner.
These schools in particular have an opportunity to begin to show us the way for how these tools, when applied well and with some discipline, can actually open up new learning opportunities that we couldn't do before. I think what's going to be really exciting is when they get into those classrooms this fall with real students in front of them and that vision starts to become a reality.